This week's 48 Hours investigates the story of an American couple who adopted a young girl from across the world and came to fear her. It began more than 2 decades ago when the couple brought home 2 children from Russia. They named the 9-year-old girl Cara Lee. The couple came to believe Cara Lee was dangerous, even capable of murder. They claim she tried to kill her little brother, and they took her right back to Russia. 48 Hours contributor Troy Roberts covered the story at the time and tried to keep track of the young girl over the years. The two recently reconnected, and Roberts sat down with her to learn her surprising story.
How old were you when you were adopted?
I was 9, and that's what I wanted. I want to feel loved, and I want a family.
Crystal and Jesse, we agreed not to use their last name, first arrived in Moscow, Russia in 1997 to adopt a girl they named Cara Lee and a boy they named Joshua.
When we finally learned that we were going to be able to go over to Russia and pick up a little boy and girl of our own, it was just a tremendous event.
And we were very excited.
How did the agency describe Cara Lee?
A wonderful, outgoing, intelligent little girl.
But they say Cara Lee started behaving badly not long after they returned home.
There was a coldness in her and an anger and just a distance.
She stole all my jewelry. Our knives were disappearing.
And then she snapped.
They say she tried to kill her baby brother.
She had him in her hands and was going to throw him over the deck.
She had him
Yes. Yes.
over the side here?
Yes. And I just started screaming, "Put him down, Cara Lee. Put him down. What are you doing? I'm going to kill him."
Dr. Brian Kennedy was one of the psychiatrists who saw Cara Lee.
This child I would consider to be a homicide risk.
We've had cameras installed, and we've had alarms installed on her doors.
So you plan on taking Cara Lee back to Russia?
Yes.
Yes.
I was with them 21 years ago when they brought Cara Lee back to Russia and left her there.
You're a strong girl. You're a strong girl.
I always wondered what became of her. And last summer, we were reunited, and we learned what she says happened on the deck that day and about her incredible journey.
Troy Roberts joins us right now. Troy, how did you finally find out what happened to Cara Lee, now Sabrina?
Well, we connected through social media, and I asked her if she would want to tell me her version of the events. And so I went to North Carolina, where she lives now. She's a beautiful young woman, married. She has 4 children.
Wow.
And well-adjusted. She works at a hospital. And it was painful for her to review her life. But she says where she's at today and her mental state, she's very grateful for life.
Troy, how did it affect you covering this story?
Oh, man. You know, a large part of our jobs are to parachute into people's lives when they're broken. And you ask them to tell their stories, you say thank you, and you leave. And it was so hard for me to leave this 12-year-old girl in a locked ward in a psychiatric hospital in Moscow. And I was haunted by this story. And surprisingly, it led to my own adoption journey. I later adopted a 4-year-old boy from Djibouti, Africa. He's now 23. Gets on my last nerve sometimes.
As most kids do. But Troy, I can hear the emotion in your voice, so thank you so much for covering this and updating us on this story. You can see Troy's report, What Happened to the Perfect Child, on 48 Hours tomorrow night at 10/9 Central, right here on CBS, and on the Viacom CBS streaming service, Paramount+. We'll be right back.